Well, tomorrow comes the peaceful transition of executive power in Washington, D.C., and it's a big opportunity for the incoming president, Donald Trump. He's created a chance for some unique success. So to talk about that, Wink News political psychologist Dr. Bart Rossi is here this morning. So what are the opportunities, you think? What has Donald Trump set up for himself when you analyze it?
Well, nice to be here. And I think this is a very unique situation for a presidential candidate and now president-elect. What he has done is created this opportunity where he can be the authoritarian personality and actually push back against everybody or anybody, including Republicans for sure, Democrats more directly, and actually he's kind of created his own party, populist. I mean, so he has a real opportunity to be a unique person and president right now.
So when you look at that opportunity for him, what do you think he then does in the next several years to be successful?
Well, first off, I think he has to pitch to people who are making $50,000 to $100,000. People voted for him. They were angry. They're frustrated. They don't feel recognized. So he has to do something for them. And I think the time is short on Obamacare. He needs to come up with policy. So far, we've heard a lot of words, a lot of commentary, a lot of conjecture. But he has to come up with something that makes sense. And for him, he's at risk if he goes too far to the right. He's going to alienate a lot of folks who voted for him. He can't go too far to the left. So he has to really be his own person and be very effective at that.
Yeah, with the opportunity always comes the challenge, because you could not hit the right tone or make the right mark, and then you're in trouble as president.
Right, and challenge is the word, because if he doesn't reach out to everybody and make himself the person for all people here, the anger that he captured in the primaries and in the general election and getting 46% of the vote, that anger is going to go right back at him. And it's going to be really pretty ugly if that's the road that he goes down. So he's really in a tight box here, and we're going to have to see what his policies are. And I think the media is actually going to look at those policies and then go for the criticism, pluses or minuses.
Now, as I think about it, we've watched the last 3 presidents at least go in as relatively young men. They leave full of gray hair. The weight of the world has been on their shoulders. Psychologically, the incoming president, how does he handle that when all of a sudden you carry it with you everywhere you go?
Great question. But for him, I think he has the answer. He's going to be himself. I don't see him changing. He's going to be a tough guy. He doesn't care who he smacks down or puts down. He did that at the news conference last week that we commented on. So I think he has an answer to that. He's going to be himself, be very tough-minded, and be the boss. That actually helps when it comes to dealing with some stress. It may not be always effective, but time will tell now on policy.
And how do you think psychologically he should go at dealing with his opposition? He's going to get it from all corners, Democrats and more.
Well, I think the psychology of this is that he has to be more in the middle than a lot of people think. In order for him to be effective, he has to go for those people who voted for him. And they're not all extreme right-wingers or left-wingers. He's got to approach people, and he has to have health care and policies that make sense for most Americans, not just tax breaks for the very wealthy or health care for the very wealthy. What's he going to do on education? He needs to come up with some really good policies.
Well, there is an opportunity here and a challenge both. Dr. Rossi, thanks for helping us see through it, and we'll be watching it all unfold starting tomorrow at noon. Wink News will be right back. Stay with us.